I'm sitting here just waiting. Everything's ready to go. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go live. I usually wait for the clock to strike on the hour or whatever exact time it is that we're gonna be going live. But I've literally been sitting here for 15 minutes. I thought about starting this at like 9:50 even, but I was like, nah, that's not fair. I told them 10, so we'll start at 9:59. Hey members, what's up? For those of you who remember, I love these member streams so much. And y'all, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Like, I prefer these over our main channel live streams with, you know, anyone and their mother, like whoever wants to join. No offense to them. I love everybody, but I love these little ones more when there's just like 5 of us, 6 of us, however many there are watching. It's just so much more fun. There's so much more chill. Like, I literally stress and prep way more for the main channel streams, but I literally woke up this morning for today's stream. I'm like, yep, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So what's up, T-Money, Charlie, Colin, Aiden, Joshua, what's up? I saw Nick here earlier pre-gaming. I know he'll be back, hopefully, but thank you guys for being here bright and early. Well, East Coast for some of you. Speaking of, if you are in the, was it a nor'easter or snowstorm? Can a snowstorm be a nor'easter? Hang on. No, that's gonna take too long to Google. This is just basic knowledge that I should know off the top of my head. Blizzard, the huge storm that you guys got hit by this week. I literally was checking my weather app. Hey, Mom's here. Speaking of, I was just about to say, I was checking my weather app the other day because I sometimes just like to see the comparison of what it is in Los Angeles versus my hometown. And it was 19 degrees in my at home, and I literally shuddered. I was like, I can't even. I've gone so soft since moving here. Like, it dips below 60 degrees and I am like frigid. I'm freezing cold. It's like 70 degrees outside and I go out in my winter jacket. Like, I'm so I've grown so weak. My blood has really gone thin out here. So kudos to all of you who got hit with that. Yeah, T-Money says Boston got hit hard. I bet. I mean, Boston is cold this time of year in general, so a snowstorm on top of that. All right, my mom has confirmed that I'm not a total idiot. She says, yes, a snowstorm can be a nor'easter. Okay. I'm expecting snow on Wednesday, Thursday, says Nick Gandhi. Oh, man. Is there supposed to be more? Is there a second wave? Oh, my goodness. NC is getting killed by snow. Gonna go to GalaxyCon in 18 below. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even realize that the Carolinas could get snow, but that makes sense. See, I moved out here and now I don't even account for like snow anymore because it's not something we have to think about here. It's so funny. Like, I honestly don't know how I used to live like that. And to go like walk to school in the middle of like snowstorms. Like, there would be times when they wouldn't cancel classes when I was in college. They would wait till freaking like the last minute when students were already slipping and tripping and like dying on campus in the snow, and then they would call it at the end of the day. But I have a vivid memory of like literally trekking to get to my last class of the day It's like, it's snowing like sideways, it's windy, the streets are filled with like sleet and slush, and I literally like barely made it to the building alive. I sat down, got myself together. I had a paper that I had to turn in, so I was ready to just hand that bad boy in and go. And then I literally got an email that second, as soon as I sat down to like defrost, that classes for the remainder of the day had been canceled. I was so angry. I literally, that, my blood is boiling just thinking about that. So I can't handle that anymore. For all of you who are handling that right now, jealous of the warm weather. Yeah. It's definitely nice. Yep, you just have to think about fires, earthquakes, and mudslides, says Barb. Yep, she's not wrong. And, you know, pollution and terrible air quality. That's the stuff that we have to think about. It was interesting the other week because there was that volcanic eruption in the middle of the Pacific Ocean somewhere. And so we had a weird weather alert that said, like, get off the beaches, like, don't go near the coast today. So that one was interesting. Lots of crazy stuff happening everywhere. 67 in Vegas. I guess that explains why your name is Darth Vegas. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Julian and Darth Vegas, what is up? Julian says we might get snow here in San Antonio either Thursday night or Friday. Now, how often does that happen? Snow in Texas. I feel like that's really rare, right? Because when there was that huge blizzard that like wiped out the power lines, was that last year? So much has happened. Like, I don't even remember when that was. I guess that was last year. But that was like a super rare thing, right? Like when Texans were literally like trapped in their houses and could not get out, and people had like no power for a week. Remind me if I'm wrong, but isn't it like rare that it snows like that in Texas? I don't know. Aiden says, my school won't cancel class because of BU, which is further upstate. If they don't cancel, then we don't. And it's so irritating. Yo, that's so true. I remember in high school, I think by the time I got to high school, it was the age of Twitter. Like, we didn't have to wake up and like watch the TV anymore for cancellations, because they would just send it out on Twitter or send an email blast or post it on like the school website, so you didn't have to like watch the TV. It was a tsunami warning, not a weird weather alert. Well, it showed up in my weather app as like an emergency type thing, and I was like, what even is this? And then we like had to click on it and it was like tsunami warning. Anyways, I remember we would all, days before it would be a blizzard, or if it would be like a blizzard at night, and we all had good feelings that school was going to get canceled the following day, we would all be up like all night on Twitter. And if we saw like our rival school, which was close enough by, like we were all in the same similar area, if we saw that our rival school canceled before us, we'd be like, come on, we've got to be next. Like, whatever they do is what we're going to do. So Aiden and I understand that completely. It's like, if they don't cancel, then all hope is lost. I feel like my voice sounds really deep. I never stream this early in the morning, so I apologize about that. And I also probably look really tired, and I apologize for that too, because Tom and I stayed up watching Forensic Files last night, which was good and bad. But yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep, of course. And then I had to stay up after Forensic Files to watch Shrek, the beginning of Shrek 2, to like wind down, try to go to bed without thinking about homicides and all that good stuff. So apologies for like my really manly sounding voice right now. Joshua says, I spent 4 years living in Las Vegas and it snowed one day while I was there. Is that even possible? That is bizarre. I didn't even think that was humanly possible for for the desert. I mean, it did get a little dusting. The first year that we moved here, it was a very small dusting of snow in Malibu, which is like north of us, and people were going berserk over that. So I guess anything's possible if it gets cold enough. I remember elementary school where I would anticipate a snow day on the TV. I know. I know. I think back at that point, we would just wait for our parents to. Well, Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have to when we were in elementary school? I don't think I set an alarm clock. I think my parents just would come and wake me up, or our mom would wake us up in the morning. Because I don't think I was smart enough to set an alarm clock. And so I feel like when we would have snow days, she just wouldn't come and wake us up. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mom. I literally can't remember. I don't know. Maybe there were days, I think I remember what it was. Yes, I remember. I would wake up early with my dad in middle school, and we would be the first two people awake. And then I used to tell him if I thought that we had a snow day, but they didn't cancel school the night before, so you all had to like go to bed and just anticipate whether, you know, like see how it goes in the morning. I remember I used to sometimes tell my dad, I would tell him, I'm not gonna set an alarm. You can come and wake me up in the morning if school is on, because he would get up regardless to go to work. So he would be able to see on the TV or get the phone call that school had been canceled. And I remember one night I went to bed and I didn't set my alarm, and I was like, there's no way. This is not happening tomorrow. Like, we are not going to have school. I'm going to sleep in. Life's going to be great. And I think my dad came in and woke me up, and I was so pissed. He was like, yeah, you still have it. I was in disbelief. I was so mad. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, why do I feel like I have a memory of a parent coming in and waking me up and telling me that we still have school? Colin, I'm so glad that this time works. Yeah, we were really trying to debate what's a good time frame that would accommodate everybody, our Aussie friends, our European friends. So I'm so glad that for once I'm streaming at a time that is applicable to you. I'm so happy. It snows every 10 years in Vegas. All right. So 2018, so we got 2028. We got a couple more years. It is rare, says Julian. Okay, well that's exciting then. That you got some rare snow. Oh my gosh, again, I'm so sorry. My voice is not used to streaming this early, and I just realized my computer isn't plugged in, which would not be good. So let's do that. Oh my gosh. There we go. That wouldn't have been good if I'm just blabbering away and then it craps out on us. Well, aside from the snow, how was everybody's week? How has everybody's weekend been? I just love the member-only streams. I'm sorry, I'm like overly excited. It's just so much more fun. I love having a smaller group chat. It's just so much more carefree. And I can go on more tangents and rants and talk about weird things and not feel like I have to stay on track, which might annoy some of you, but all of our other members know from our previous members' streams before I canceled them like the first time, like we would just talk about anything and everything. So I've made a mental note though, don't watch Forensic Files the night before I have a stream. And Tom usually also doesn't stay up very late, but of course Forensic Files, like the one thing that gets him to stay awake all night is criminal investigations. So unfortunately I had to sit through all that last night, but he's kind of partially gotten me addicted. I need to watch that show in like the daytime. I don't think I can watch that before I go to bed from now on. Because I was so like paranoid at night. I turned off all the lights and then I like ran to our room. I like was double checking that the door was locked. Like, I feel like a crime could happen at any minute now. Decent, says T-Money, having a good time at my internship. Oh my gosh, that's right. That's amazing. I have nice coworkers. And tomorrow I go on an on-site visit to TD Garden. Oh my gosh. That is so exciting. That's right. I forgot about your internship. That's so awesome. Internship on top of college though, right? You're doing two at the same time, which is like, correct me if I'm wrong. You're not, your internship is also on top of like your semester, your regular schoolwork, right? So that's a lot of commitments you've got going on. Kudos to you for handling all of that. Joshua Bernard, I was there from 1998 to 2002. Only got an inch or two and it was all gone by noon. Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. If it's gonna snow in the desert, it is gonna evaporate by noon. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, wait, Charlie, you're so right. Oh my god, Charlie just brought up a terrible memory. Oh my gosh, the last time we had member-only streams, yeah, the first round of memberships, I thought that I had gone live. And I didn't. I never hit the start streaming button on YouTube. Oh my god. And I was literally talking for like 20 minutes. And I think it was the stream immediately. We did like a Mando follow-up stream after the Mandalorian season 2 finale. And so I was doing a stream with just the members to like debrief and chat about it with everybody and share my more like unfiltered thoughts. And I was literally talking for 20 minutes, pushing 30, like it had been a while. And no, there was no interaction in the chat. Like I couldn't see anybody. No messages were coming up in the chat. And well, it wasn't like people were talking in the chat. It was like Charlie, T-Money, and Aiden, and they were in the chat like kind of talking to each other, but nobody like responding to anything that I was saying. And I had been talking for 20 minutes, so I was like, I wonder if they're just like listening and then like waiting to chime in. I was like, I don't know what is going on. And then I think one of them sent a chat like, I wonder if she realized she's like, I wonder if she's just running late or if she realized she hasn't started the stream. And I literally was like, you're kidding me. Oh my god, Charlie, you just brought that memory back into my head. I forgot about that. That was so bad. Yeah, I will not make that mistake again, you guys. I promise. I promise. Colin H is watching Spy Kids, a literal national treasure. Oh my gosh. Spy Kids is so good. Now, I think Spy Kids starts to trail off once you hit the third one. But I low-key think that Spy Kids is one franchise where the sequel, and I was talking about this with Tom because I had to watch Shrek last night, and I was like, I feel like Shrek is one of those franchises where the sequel almost rivals the original movie because it's just that good. And I think Spy Kids is the same deal. Spy Kids 2, Island of Lost Dreams is an incredible film. So that is awesome. Julian says that people here aren't used to it and they freak out. It's worse here when it rains. People forget how to drive in the rain and lots of accidents. Yes, it's the same situation in Los Angeles. It's so funny because Tom and I, it was raining really hard one day and Tom and I were out on the road and we were on the highway and it was like pretty empty. And it was like a Friday or Saturday, like a day that it would not be empty out on the highway. And I was looking at us and all the other cars. I'm like, I guarantee like anybody else out on the road right now is like a transplant from another state where they're used to driving in the rain because Californians cannot drive in the rain. It's so true. Kevin, what is up? It was your 21st birthday and it snowed in Vegas. Honestly, I feel like that's a good omen. That's kind of too coincident. That's a sign from the universe. I hope it was a good sign. I hope you had a good 21st birthday and then a good year after that. Okay, T-Money says I'm doing a co-op semester for the spring. And my second set of classes will be over the summer. So for now, it's just full-time work for 4 months. That is really cool. That's actually really smart and kind of nice to break up just constant classes for all those semesters in a row. So that is really neat. And you get some real world experience out of that. Joshua remembers that stream. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was really bad. Oh, Charlie secured your Ashley Eckstein and your Giancarlo Esposito chats. Oh my gosh. That is so awesome. Charlie literally gets to talk to everybody. That's great. Spy Kids 1 is my favorite. Says T-Money. That one is good. Watching that one as a child, that was a true, like, trip. All the thumbs, like, that movie, I need to rewatch it now as an adult, now that my brain is fully formed, to, like, be able to fully comprehend it. Because I would watch that movie as a kid and be like, what is going on? Have you seen Fanboys? I have not. To be quite honest, I don't even know what that is. Aiden considered aerospace before choosing electrical. All of you are smart. We got a lot of engineers in the chat. And then there's me, who doesn't even know if a nor'easter contains snow. I'm glad we have a lot of brains here to balance out mine. As I'm telling a story, a flashback of how I literally streamed for 30 minutes and didn't actually go live that whole time. Tom is building a Death Star. I mean, space station. Oh, maybe. Kevin is so right. People in California act like it's an apocalyptic Avengers level event when it rains. Yes! I'm literally not kidding. Tom and I talk about this all the time when it rains here, and he gets so frustrated because I don't go out when it rains. It rains so infrequently here that you can just plan around it, I feel like, to not leave the house when it does happen. But we did have to go out in the rain over Christmas break, and he was just like so frustrated. Like, so many accidents. Like, on the GPS, it has that alert now where it tells you, like, accident 3/4 of a mile ahead. It was like that, like, constantly. Like, and I was saying, like, I want to see, like, LAPD records of, like, accident upticks when it rains. Like, the ratio is probably crazy. I would like to see that. If that was public information, like, accidents on any other day, and then accidents when it rains. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. And honestly, people in LA are bad drivers to begin with. Like, nobody here can drive. I'm the horrible driver as well, so I'm one to talk. It takes one to know one. It's just like, take every type of bad form of driving. Like people who just don't know what they're doing, people with road rage, all combined. It's just a nightmare. T-Money is right. All the Spy Kids are a trip. That's a good point. Oh my gosh, Aiden is swamped with work there. Mad homework to do. I feel that. I don't have homework anymore, but I know the feeling. Fanboys is comedy gold? Okay, wait, what am I missing? Maybe I've seen trailers? Fanboys. Oh, interesting. To honor the wishes of their dying friend, some diehard Star Wars fans set out on a cross-country road trip to George Lucas's famous Skywalker Ranch. There, they intend to treat their pal to a screening of the movie series' latest installment before its official release. Oh, so it's a movie. Oh my god, wait, this actually looks so funny. Wait, who's in... It has a good cast, too. Kristen Bell, Seth Rogen, wait, Carrie Fisher, Ray Park, Billy D. Williams, Danny Trejo, wait, William Shatner, oh my god, Christopher McDonald, Jamie King. Okay, so, like, everyone and their mother is in this movie. No way! Okay, you know what? Where can I watch this? YouTube, Amazon Prime? Okay, movie night. How have I never heard of that? That looks hysterical. Thank you guys for bringing that to my attention. I wonder if Tom has seen it. Tom, type in the chat if you've seen that. Thank you guys. I'll have to watch that. That literally looks so funny. And it says that it's like a parody film, which are my favorite type. I love like mockumentaries or like parodies or, oh my gosh, my brothers and I always used to watch. My parents would hate it. We always used to watch those stupid spoof movies like Meet the Spartans and Epic Movie, which is the spoof of like Narnia. They're so funny. Oh my gosh. Reminds me of my childhood. Boston drivers all have road rage. New York also has a ton of bad drivers. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a good driver, but I know how to drive in New York. Well, I feel like growing up in New York, you have to learn how to be a good driver. You've got no choice. You have to be, it's like survival of the fittest there. You have to. Oh my gosh. Darth Vegas is a teacher, I guess. My students hated when I would go deep into psychometrics. I don't even know what that is. So I'm not even going to try to comment on it. I've never even heard of that word. I'm just not. A group of friends seek out to steal episode 1. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You need to see Fanboys, such a funny movie. You would like it. Ray Park cameos in it. Watch a cat. You will not regret it. It's funny. We could do a Fanboys watch party in the Discord server. That's a good point. My boy Ray Park and most cameos are in it. Watch it. Live stream it. Yes. All right, maybe we should do this. Tom's seen it. Spaceballs. Yes, my mom's got a good point. Spaceballs is hilarious. All right, so Tom says he has seen it. Okay. I can't believe I've never, ever heard of that even. Maybe I've heard of it, but I did not know that was the premise. I did not know such a film existed. I gotta amend that. It looks so funny. Oh my gosh. Narnia is also the best. Yeah, I haven't watched those movies in a really long time. The ending of Fanboys is hilarious. No spoilers! Does George Lucas himself? No, don't say anything. I wonder if George himself cameos. That would be funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I'll fix that. I'll fix that. Maybe we will do like a watch party. A members only watch party, maybe. Who knows? That looks so funny. T-Money, well done. I haven't watched Fanboys in a while. I'm gonna watch that later today. Shout out to, who was it who mentioned it? Shout out to whoever mentioned it first, because now you've sparked. You're the spark that lit the fire. The Fanboys fire here for all of us today. That's so funny. I'm glad it looks like it's available to watch on many different platforms, which is good. Again, always Apple TV. I was a little bit upset when I did that stream with Tom and I asked you guys, I asked everybody if Apple TV was worth it and everybody said no. And I was looking for that to be my sign to watch Apple TV, to download Apple TV, but everybody was like, no, don't do it. So I've not downloaded Apple TV after that and probably won't. Did you see the Lord of the Rings trailer? Okay, trailer or name reveal? Danny? I'm sorry, I just went into shining mode. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm on YouTube. Let's go to trending. I saw the name reveal. Is that what we're talking about? The one that they literally made practically with all that melted fire. And they released the name. Okay, yeah, that one came out like 11 days ago. Yes, the title announcement. We did watch that. You got me scared for a second, though. I thought another trailer had dropped, like an actual one with content, but I feel like it's gonna be... I feel like it's still way too early. If that's not coming until September, I don't even want a trailer for it now. Star Wars has kind of, yeah, what's a good word? Changed me because, all right, their marketing is just so bad. You'll see now. You guys get the behind the scenes, like, unfiltered how I really feel about things. Star Wars marketing is so terrible, so I don't even want to say that they have a good approach, but they've just ruined me to the point, like, now I don't want trailers. I'm so used to not getting a trailer or any piece of marketing until, like, 3 weeks out. Or like a month out from the actual event itself, like, because of Star Wars, like, that's just their model. Like, they literally don't give you anything until a month leading up, which I previously hated, and I still partially do hate. Like, I think it's a horrible marketing model, but now that's just what I'm used to, and now it's kind of growing on me. Like, yeah, honestly, if something is this far out, if I know that we're not going to get this show till September, then don't tease me with it now. Let me forget about it until then. Then remind me in August, so that way I only have a month left, you know? Freaking Star Wars has turned me into, like, this is what their horrible marketing has done. X-Wing! What's up? He is here. But yeah, sorry, I went on a rant there. But yes, I saw that name reveal trailer. Moral of the story is now I don't even want them to reveal a trailer until like a month out, thanks to the way that Star Wars marketing has programmed me. I just rewatched the Dark Knight trilogy to prep for the Batman, and I don't think the Batman will top those films for me, but I'm super hyped for it. Hey, that's all right. Those films are game changers, and they will go down in history as some of the best superhero films ever, and some of the most revolutionary. So, oh, that's right. T-Money's Battlefront themes channel had a video reach 1 million views. That is awesome. That's so exciting. It was like a Tobey Maguire one, right? Something from No Way Home inspired. T-Money also says nothing can beat the Dark Knight trilogy, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I'm really curious to see how this one compares. Because, like, the Dark Knight was so revolutionary because it was so dark, but it didn't try too hard to be. And so I'm really hoping that, like, Robert Pattinson's Batman isn't trying hard to be, like, emo, dark. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm so excited, though. We're already almost, like, a month out from that one. All right. Kevin backed me up after I went on my rant there. Lucasfilm is bad at marketing their content. Yeah. Oh, Tom makes a good point. Speaking of trailers, when does everybody think we're getting the Kenobi trailer? Yeah, still waiting for Kenobi trailer, says Kevin. After credits of Book of Boba, you think, X-Wing? Really? Because we were talking about this last night, and Tom was like, do you think we'll get... Is it going to be a Kenobi little tease, or is it going to be a Mandalorian, like, season 3? But they haven't even, like... That... I wasn't even thinking about this last night. Mandalorian season 3, didn't it have to halt production because of COVID stuff? Or, like, didn't they have to pause production for a bit? And they literally had just started, like, production. Kenobi's all done. Oh, X-Wing, I trust you. I trust your opinion. Probably getting a trailer in March, possibly. If not that, then the summer for Kenobi. But I thought is Kenobi not coming out in the spring? I feel like Mando season 3 will be after Book of Boba Fett finale, says Tom. I hope Boba gets dark AF at the last 2 episodes. Yeah, I know. All right, I was beginning to think, like, they really need to just start tweaking their ratings, and Disney needs to just, like, get over themselves and start making some, like, PG-13 R-rated Star Wars content, because I feel like that's been a problem with Book of Boba Fett. Everybody wanted this to be like a dark crime, seedy, underworld, mobster, gangster type content, and when you have to tailor it to a family-friendly audience, what's the rating, like TV 14? You can't really do anything with that. Like, they've done a little bit, but it has not been anywhere near what I think we were all expecting. So then I was like, all right, I was just settling for the fact that this show's not really going to get that dark or mature because they have kids watching, which is fine, but I feel like that's such a hindrance when you're trying to make an underworld crime series in Star Wars. But then, last week's episode, they literally show Mando, like, slicing a body in half, which is one of those graphic things that we've ever seen in Star Wars. So I'm like, okay, where has this energy been the entirety of this freaking show? Like, where... Like, I hope that was a setting off point, and people are right. Like, if Mando can do that, like, why hasn't actual bounty hunter Boba Fett done anything close to that kind of graphicness? Not that I want it to be graphic, and I don't want blood and guts everywhere, but, like, that was just a tease of what this show should have been the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I love member-only streams because I can go on these rants. I'm a proclaimed like shill, I will admit, but I kind of have to be because I'm aspiring to be an actor, and Disney is the biggest monopoly when it comes to like filmmaking these days, and I would like to potentially maybe be in a Star Wars project. Who knows? So I can't say horrible things on my channel. You guys know it's common sense. If you want to be on Disney's good side, don't talk bad about them. So I never will say my truest complaints or feelings because I don't want them. I get close enough, but I always try to just keep it sugar-coated and keep it light. And if that does make me a shill, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I like these member-only streams because I can get real. I'm pretty sure we had a member-only stream where I did kind of like roast the sequels in a way that would never do on my actual channel back before in our first round of memberships. So this is what you guys are paying for. My unfiltered true thoughts. So I agree, X-Wing. Moral of the story, I hope it gets dark. I feel like the fact that Mando sliced a body right down the middle is a good omen. The Dark Knight worked because it was dark, but because they were Chris Nolan films. That's a good point. That's true. Kenobi trailer will come out in some big ESPN or ABC sporting event, end of March Madness, maybe? We were thinking Super Bowl. Tom threw out Super Bowl last night. Julian says, Kat, you should set a day and time so all the members can see your reaction to Fanboys and see if you like it and guest appearances in the movie. Yeah, maybe I will do a watch party for this. I'll do maybe what like Theory does. I have to figure out what he does it via StreamYard, which is easier to throw up like a timer on your screen. But we could do that. I'll be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, start, and we can all start it together. Kevin says, I don't think we are getting Mando season 3 until the end of this year or maybe next year. Yeah, I'm telling myself it's going to be next year. X-Wing makes a good point. I'd love to see either an Andor tease or Ahsoka. Yeah, Andor's done at this point, right? They wrapped a while. X-Wing, you're on to something. You are onto something. Now, here's the thing, though. The Book of Boba Fett tease at the end of Mandalorian Season 2 was fitting because it was same timeline. Andor's way in the future, correct? Well, not way. Not in the future. Andor happened way before Book of Boba Fett. It's a different time period, is it not? So I'm curious. You make a good point. Maybe they would show something for Ahsoka, but that's been on production, right? They're currently filming that, so I don't know. It looks like Bad Batch Season 2 is up next after Boba. I'll take it. Can we talk episode 5 spoilers here? Oh yes, of course. I was hoping for Sopranos, but Star Wars version. I know, right? I think that's what a lot of people were hoping for. And maybe there's still time. You know, we got 2 episodes left. I really hope that these final 2 episodes are each like an hour long. Like, give me 60 minutes or give me death. I understand, Kat. I heard Star Wars Theory was blacklisted by Disney. Yeah, I don't know if he's been blacklisted. I could name channels that have been like blacklisted. Like, I think we all know those people who, and like, it's fine. And I feel it's such a shame that that's the way it has to be. Like, if you're a diehard deep fan and you genuinely dislike the content and you vocalize it, then you're just automatically, you know, not on Disney's good side. God forbid you say one bad thing. So it is tough because their treatment towards people who praise them is definitely different. I don't even think they know that I exist, frankly, because my channel's not really that big. So luckily we're still, I feel like, in the sweet spot where I can get away with saying a few honest things, you know, about my complaints or dislikes. But I mean, generally, like, I don't want it to come off that I like lie and act like I love the content. Like, everything I say on my channel is true, and I'd never like lie and say I liked something if I genuinely didn't. If I don't like something, then I don't comment on it, which is kind of why I didn't really release. I never actually got around to releasing my review of episode 3 of Book of Boba Fett. Is that the one with the Power Rangers biker gang? Like, I just wasn't a fan of that, and I kind of was just like, you know, I don't have anything good to say about it, so I'm just not gonna mention it. That's kind of my approach, which is why I didn't really make a review for that video. I filmed one, but I just never posted it because I knew it was gonna be a breeding ground for the Power Rangers hate, and I didn't want to. It's like, I kind of just take what I like and leave what I don't like with Star Wars at this point, so that's the way it has to be if you kind of want to just lay low and not get Disney to notice you. Your Last Jedi rant was epic. Oh, my secret one with you guys. Yeah, that's still up, I guess. I don't know which stream that was in our first round of memberships, but yeah, I let loose about The Last Jedi. My feelings about The Last Jedi changed, though, like the weather. I don't have a definitive stance. Because genuinely honest, the last time I did watch The Last Jedi, I actually really liked it, and I had a whole new level of respect. So I don't know how I feel. I don't know. Colin H, I agree. I just want to know when and what we will see next. Agreed. Like, if they gave us a schedule like Marvel, we knew going in. We knew what the layout was going to be. It was going to be like Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye. Like, they literally had given us a layout of the timeline for the year. And it was boom, 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 back to back. Falcon and Winter Soldier ended, and then a week later WandaVision came out. WandaVision ended, and then a month later Loki came out. Like, it was perfectly timed. Like, that's, I hope Star Wars gets to that place where we can just have, and I'm not saying I want more quantity. I definitely prefer quality. I don't want you to release a ton of shows if they're all bad. But like, I think Marvel, like, all those shows, I didn't watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, admittedly, or Hawkeye yet. But like, WandaVision and Loki, I thought were each incredibly well done. It's like, quantity does not have to mean that they're all gonna be bad. Like, Charlie says, yes, please. I need to see your reaction to that comedy gold for a fanboys watch party. Okay, I think we gotta do it. We'll do a little members only watch party. Why don't we? I think they're taking Boba slow because the Fett crime family is going to play a big part in the Filoniverse. Okay, that's a good way to look at it. You're not the shill Disney needs, but rather the one it deserves. I'm glad. I hope Disney does a What If like Marvel, but with Star Wars. Yeah, because What If was really successful with Marvel. That's another one that I haven't even watched. It's like too much content. So much. It was like, there was too much Marvel stuff happening that I couldn't pay attention. Because I'm too fixated on Star Wars. But yeah, I think I'm starting to feel like more and more the events of the Book of Boba Fett here are gonna bleed in to whatever goes down in Mandalorian season 3, especially since we got so much, well, especially now that we know that it all precedes Mando season 3, and you know, we got that full in-depth backstory about what's going on with Mando now and what his objective is going to be for season 3. I feel like that's kind of an indication that not everything that's taking place in this show is going to be fully wrapped up, and that some of it will like carry over into, because I really feel like how with only 2 episodes left, that's not leaving yourself enough time to like sorry, I'm trying to form the right words. We still have not even started any of the action, any of the war with the Pikes. Like, that is all, we're still on the cusp of that. We have literally been on the cusp of this alleged war the entirety of this show. Build. So right as it got started, then we had a whole separate Mando episode and didn't talk about any of that. It all got put on the back burner. So it's like, okay, we have the last 2 episodes left and we're still on the cusp. We are still literally like not fully engaged in the main conflict of this show, which is fine. But that's why I'm saying I hope that they're both an hour long, because I feel like that's enough time. 2 hours of content to get into the actual war with the Pikes and somehow get it resolved. But I'm starting to feel more and more like it won't be resolved all within the time frame of the series. Like, it might reach a conclusive point, but I'm just starting to think more and more it's gonna blend into Mando season 3, because I doubt there's gonna be that big of a time jump between all these events. Mando season 3 will probably like pick up right off of where Book of Boba Fett ends, like maybe with a little bit of time in between, but certainly I don't think that much. So I'm kind of accepting that there might not even be that conclusive of a finale to this show, but that it might have a really good cliffhanger aspect that would set up even more subplot points. Because I want Boba Fett and Fennec to be in Mando season 3 as well, or like everything's all connected, so I feel like it only makes sense. Ooh, T-Money says the Lego Halloween special had a what if scenario in it. That's right. That's right. Kevin, don't think like that. What if we don't even see the war? No. There's no way they would hype it up and then not show it. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the only excuse for that is if they continue it in Mando season 3. And Tom had this idea, like, if they're setting up for a bigger war that's going to take place in Mando season 3. So I can't take that. That's Tom's idea. No, but we gotta see something, because I'm saying, the Pikes were involved with the Tusken tribes. The Pikes definitely did that, and I feel like I'm shocked to think that Boba Fett, maybe he does secretly know it, because literally I feel like all of us were like, okay, obviously the Pikes had a hand in this. It wasn't just the speeder gang who took them out. So I was shocked. Like, I feel like Boba maybe either had a feeling about that and internalized that information, and he's waiting to save it to like unleash on the Pikes soon, or he needs to have a discovery of it. Like, I feel like there is a full circle thing that still has yet to happen. And I also think, like, I'm just like, they specifically didn't show the Lady Tusken, my favorite Tusken, or like the children. Like, they didn't show the bodies of some Tusken Raiders. And in Star Wars, if you don't see a body, then don't write them off as dead, because you never know. And I think they're still alive and out there. So, like, there's still a lot of stuff for Boba Fett's storyline that needs to get wrapped up. So, I don't know. This is why I want the final 2 episodes to be, like, a 2-part finale, or just, like, 2 hours long each. Hopefully. Julian has a good point. I think we will see Luke Skywalker and probably Luke train Mando to use the Darksaber. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. See, I'm a little bit concerned because honestly, I think this is how I feel like Luke's cameo in Mando was perfect amount of time in terms of the technology with the face, all the face stuff. Like de-aging Mark Hamill, like even just those 30 seconds that he was on screen took an incredible amount of time for the VFX artists and everybody behind all that facial recognition technology and the de-aging and everything. Like just that little cameo alone took so long, but I felt like it was fine and it wasn't too like, it was short enough that I wasn't so hung up on, sure, if it didn't look exactly like Mark Hamill, because that's impossible to recreate a human exactly and make them look like, you know, like it's real and not technology modified, I feel like. So, like, I was fine with that chunk of time because it wasn't long enough for me to start getting distracted by the fact that it maybe, God forbid, didn't look exactly like a recreation of young Mark Hamill, which is understandable. So now I'm a little bit cautious about him having a more extended cameo that would involve choreography, like to the extent of him training Din to use the Darksaber. Like I don't know how I feel about that. Am I making sense? Or was that just like mumbo jumbo? Have they said Book of Boba Fett was only one season? See, that's the thing. Again, I'm talking like I feel like it's only just a mini series, but they haven't I don't think they ever confirmed that it's just one season. I don't think anyone ever said flat out this is it. And I feel like they would save it to confirm a season 2, of course, until whatever happens in the finale, in the event that there is a big cliffhanger, maybe. So, I'm not sure. In the comics between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi show, the Pikes are working with Crimson Dawn. Yes! Still wondering if we'll see Kira. I know, it's like there's a lot that needs to be wrapped up. And like, I originally thought that this whole show, if Crimson Dawn was involved, I originally was thinking that was going to be the overarching plot point of the show, and that we would have gotten way more of that crime syndicate content, not save it for the final 2 episodes, you know? Of course the Pikes paid the biker gang to take out the Tuskets. I know, right? Like, that's why I'm like, Boba's not stupid. He has had to have put 2 and 2 together in his head, and I'm sure he's just waiting to unleash on the Pikes, and that's where we're gonna see him go absolute apeshit. Hopefully. I think this war will be quick because they just need to yeet the Pikes off Tatooine. Maybe. Can you imagine the reaction if Kira returns Emilia Clarke, Maul's student? I know. I think Sabine would be a great person to train Din with the Darksaber, and that could connect to the Ahsoka series. That's a good point. Joshua, you're onto something. Oh, Kevin, you're also right. Lucasfilm hired that guy from YouTube to help with the deep fakes. That's a good point, because his was really, really good. And he's just one person, and he was able to do all that. So I wonder if his involvement gives me a little bit of hope that maybe they could have an extended cameo of Luke. I'm talking in it for more than like 2 minutes, because I feel like after that point in time, it would start to bother me that it's not like a real, you know? Like, I feel like Tarkin's appearance in Rogue One was successful because it was realistic enough, and they never had him in it for like longer than a 3-minute chunk of time. I feel like all of his appearances were interspersed to the point that I never got hung up on the graphics. Does that make sense? feel like the more time that passes, the more I'm gonna fixate on the fact that it's not real, you know? Theory is predicting Crimson Dawn's appearance in the show. Yeah, I bet. There's a lot of ways that this finale could go. Ah, Cat said something without a Death Star bleeping out on a video. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the other thing. I actually, you guys know, I'm a little less filtered on the members only streams. This is why I love members only, because I can be real with you guys. I can share my true thoughts without having to worry about Disney. Sorry, I'm sending a quick text. All right. Sorry. I apologize. But yeah, there's no bleeps on the lives. I quit making predictions because the only ones I make and get right every time is jump off my seat. Because the only I make and get it right every time is jump off my seat. Sorry, I'm probably reading that wrong, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. No, I never make predictions because I never get them right. So it is what it is. You're always real. Gosh, no, I went on a whole rant just now about how I, you know, don't share my true thoughts. But no, in general, it's like I think that's just become my new model. It's like if I don't have anything good to say about it, or if I have a complaint, I just don't talk about it. Because what am I gonna say that's gonna change the conversation? It's like, yeah, I didn't like the speeders necessarily, the biker gang, the mods. Does that mean I hate the show? No. Am I contributing anything good to the conversation by repeating what everyone else is saying and saying that I don't like them that much? No, we all get it. They were slow. They looked out of place. It is what it is. That's not ruining the show for me. So like, that's why I don't, on main channel stuff, I just don't comment on it. So yeah, it just... This is just why I'm a little less stressed about sharing my true thoughts. True, not shill thoughts. Unless one of you is a mole for Disney. And you're here to collect recon on how I really feel, but I highly doubt that. This is a stretch, but theory brought the possibility of Cal Kestis being with Luke and Grogu helping train new Jedi. Yes, and I like that theory because I think take advantage of Cameron Monaghan. Use him. Literally use him. Now, they would have to age him way up because he's even older than... Well, no, because he's... He is older than Luke. He was like a teenager-ish almost when Luke was born, so he would be, if Luke is what, like 20 something, Cal Kestis would be in his 30s, and Cameron Monaghan is almost, he's definitely pushed, he's like 30-ish, right? I don't want to make him sound older than he actually is, so I'm confirming. He's definitely late 20s. 28, yes. Okay, so he wouldn't have to be aged up too much. It's not even like they'd have to add gray hairs or anything. Because you don't have, I don't know. But, so yeah, it is realistic, and they have Cameron Monaghan at their disposal. I don't know, and that, I feel like I would prefer, like, have a Luke cameo, but then have Cameron Monaghan help Din with the Darksaber, because that, I feel like, is just easier on everybody, not having to do the motion cap, like the face stuff, de-aging, and also trying to do all that in context of a fight choreography. So love the unfiltered vibe. I'm glad, Aiden, I'm glad. Is there gonna be a Nerd Council stream after the finale of Book of Boba Fett? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, Nick Gundy, thank you for being here. Go have fun. I'm gonna report you to Disney, says Tim. Do it. Yes, Charlie. I know that's how you work. If I've got nothing good to say, then I don't. High five. Yeah, no. And that's why I really admire Charlie, because you're a true fan, and you can still be a true fan if you have things that you don't like, but you don't vocalize them. Like, and I feel like maybe it was you, Charlie, who inspired me to do that, because I'm like, Charlie just never has a bad thing to say, I feel like. And he just is passionate about it, and he likes it. And that's the thing. I feel like that's the toxic channels and people in the fandom are so just negative and angry all the time, because that's all they think about is the stuff they hate, and they are so predisposed to hating it that they don't even watch. Like, I watch these channels that haven't even watched any episodes of Book of Boba Fett because they refuse to, and they're boycotting Disney Plus, but they still have negative things to say about it. And it's just like, are you just miserable 24/7? Like, that's so draining. I don't want to shade these people. We all know who I'm talking about, and I have nothing against them. And I also know that I tell myself, hopefully, that it's mainly just for buzz and, you know, to get views, because hate, of course, gets more views on YouTube when it comes to Star Wars. So they're not stupid. All these negative channels know that they're getting clicks. I would hope that in their real day-to-day lives, they're not that negative and toxic about every little thing in life. So, well, I don't know. But that's my point. It's like, I just feel better in general if I just don't focus on what I don't like. So, whoop. He would be in his 40s, Cal. Yeah, he would definitely be, because how old is Luke Skywalker? Yeah. He would definitely be like 40. 40-ish. Sorry, I was texting somebody because I thought I had something at 11, but it no longer has to happen. So we can go for a little bit longer, because this is fun. I do have to bounce before noon, though, because we're gonna go watch the U.S. soccer game. Also, has anybody's team made it far in playoffs? Anybody's like actual team? I start to, like, once it starts to dwindle down, I just kind of like pick who I'm gonna root for. So I'm rooting for the Rams, which is applicable because we live in LA. So like I root for them. They're not my main team, but of course I'm gonna root for my city. Oh, Team Money makes a good point. I was just discussing live action Cal with my friend yesterday. I think it's more likely for him to appear in Andor or somewhere around that timeline. And you know what? You're right. I also feel like they'll wait until Jedi Fallen Order 2 is out to put him in other media. You are probably right. You make a good point, because he does feel more applicable to that timeline, like pre Luke Skywalker's story, if that makes sense. Pre New Hope timeline. I feel like it would be a little bit like shocking almost to see him post New Hope timeline. So you make a good point. Aw, Colin, I appreciate that. I never have been a member anywhere before and wouldn't make it for everybody, but for you it's definitely worth it, and I'm really happy I did it. Stop! You're gonna make me cry in front of everybody. I appreciate that so much. You're too kind. Does Theory ever plan those nerd councils? I feel like he does them at random and just gets lucky that everyone is available. Oh, he totally just does them at random. And I want to tell him, I'm like, you can't send me a link. I don't look camera ready 99% of the time. Like, I don't spend most days in full hair and makeup looking good, ready to hop on stream. And I want to tell him, like, you can't just let us girls know 5 minutes beforehand. And it's also like, I'm cooking dinner. Like, I can't hop on stream. Like, he sends... They're usually pretty impromptu. I'm spilling Theory's secrets here, but... yeah, no, I feel like they're not really usually that planned. I think he kind of just gets the mood to do it, and then... Most of the time people are available, though, and everybody knows, like... If you go on Theory's channel, you're gonna get subs, followers, all that stuff. So everybody like makes time to be available. Like there's definitely been times where he has like, where I've like been doing other stuff and I like wasn't thinking about it. And then he sent the link and I had like 15 minutes and I like threw on eyeliner and like brushed my hair and like got ready. Fun times. I got better things to do than complain 24/7. I agree, T-Money. Colin says, I don't like those YouTubers who are always negative. I agree. I'm glad to hear that some of us don't like them. Because it is such a shame if you look at their videos versus, you know, if I were to make, I know that if I were to make a video saying the Book of Boba Fett is trash, or like pointing out everything wrong with Book of Boba Fett, which is not how I feel at all. I'm not saying that's how I feel. But if I were to go that far and make a video and spew hate and list off all of these errors and flaws and pick it apart, that would get way more, and maybe it's also part due to the algorithm, but like that video would get way more views than a video of me saying 10 reasons why I love Book of Boba Fett, you know? Like, that would maybe get 1,000 views versus if I was to go on a rant of 10 reasons why the show was horrible, which again, it's not, and I wouldn't even be able to think of 10 reasons. Like, the algorithm, or people just look for hate. Like, I get it. I like to sometimes go on Star Wars Twitter and look at fights in the in like the Twitter comment sections, because it's entertaining. I'm sorry, it is human nature. Like I see why people gravitate towards that, because you want to just watch other people rant, or you know, share in your angry thoughts, or you know, sometimes watching those things or reading angry tweets like changes the way that I think, and it makes me try to look at it from a different point of view. So I see the way that it starts a dialogue, but I just hate so much that that's what the algorithm pumps out. Ah, Charlie, you're so sweet. I had a good upbringing. Yes, it definitely shows. You're like the best person ever. I do have a dark side. It's just very rare. Well, save it. Save it for your combat, your choreography. Any channel that just posts negative videos, I block them. Yep, that's a good point, Joshua. That's good. I like that. Tailor your feed so you don't have to deal with that. A Niners fan. Oh no, Darth Vegas. It's gonna be a good showdown today. I'm excited. Go Niners, says Kevin as well. No! Tom is rooting for the Niners because, back me up on this. I need backup, guys. Tom's stance is, and this is the exact same with like Fortnite, or if he's gaming and he gets killed in Fortnite, he'll wait to watch to make sure that the person who killed him wins the whole thing, because then his death will have been worth it. I am the complete opposite. So like that same thought process translates into sports for him as well. So the 49ers beat the Cowboys, which is his team. So now he wants the 49ers to win the whole thing in order to make it worth it that they defeated the Cowboys. I am so opposite of that. My logic is, if you beat me, I want to see you lose. Which is so petty. I'm so petty about it. But that's why I was like, all right, well, I was rooting against Tom Brady anyway. I'm sorry, I don't like him. But that's why I was so happy to see Tom Brady lose. Like, yeah, you took my team out. Now you gotta sit out, and now we all have to just be sad. That's my logic. Back me up, guys. Back me up. Like, I need assistance on this. Maybe Tom's philosophy is better than mine. Mine, like I said, is definitely more petty. But that's just how I think. It's like, I don't want to watch you win after I lost because of you. I want to just see. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? So yeah, that's moral of the story why Tom is rooting for the 49ers. He's not a 49ers fan at all, but he just wants to see them win. I game for a new champion team. No more of the same team winning the Super Bowl. Yeah. I zinx my football team every time I watch them, aka Panthers. Oh no. Oh no. Unfiltered Cat is awesome. I'm glad you think so, Danny. The Nerd Castle made it, so I found this channel. That's right. I remember that actually, Kevin. Oh, that's so cool. I like watching theory on those behind the scenes on Star Wars or deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, he has really good reactions to those. I like watching him watch that stuff too. Yes, I'm with you on that, Cat. Yes! We got one for Team Cat. Joshua says, good Cat. Let the hate flow through you. I love it. Yes. Same logic as you, Cat, but I like how Tom sees it. Yes. Pettiness is a path to the dark side. My nature is more like Cat, but I'm kind of digging Tom's logic. No! No, I agree. Tom, I think, is a definitely more, like, mature sense about it, and he makes a good point. He's like, if you're gonna beat me, then you need to go all the way, because then it's not worth it if you get knocked out. I just kind of want to see people... I'm speaking more from a Fortnite sense, because I never played sports, and it's not like life or death for me that the Eagles got knocked out, you know? But in Fortnite specifically, it's like, if I'm having a great game and you end that for me, I want to see you suffer. That's really bad. That's bad. All right, my mom agrees with me. Here I am thinking that that's morally wrong thing to say, but she says no, your petty logic is on point. Well, we also just cannot stand Tom Brady in my household. I think maybe we are just, especially when it comes to Tom Brady, like, I need to see him lose. Dark side rule, I know, pettiness makes the sports world go around. Getting blown out by the Buccaneers, just for the Buccaneers, to lose the next week is a waste of a playoff spot. We didn't deserve to be there anyway, though. That's like the point. We all knew. I think any actual logical Eagles fan knew that we had no chance, knew that we didn't belong there, knew that it was a fluke that we got there in the first place. So obviously nobody's gonna have true expectations that we're gonna lose to Tom Brady. But Eagles fans especially have a vendetta against Tom Brady because he's petty. I will never forgive him for not shaking Nick Foles' hand. And that's why I permanently view Tom Brady as just a little... I don't want to say what I actually am thinking. He's a little brat, for lack of a better, a more polite term. He's just a little brat. He's like a little kid. He stormed off the field and he refused to even shake our quarterback's hand after he had it handed to him in the Super Bowl that year versus the Eagles. So how am I supposed to root for that guy to win? Ever, in any context, let alone after he is the reason the Eagles got eliminated. So naturally, I'm gonna root against him in any way, shape, or form. I want to see you suffer. Okay, that was a bad way to put it. That was bad. Unfilter yourself, Cat. That was a bad way to put it. Oh my god. No, Tom is not more mature than those of us who are petty. I like the way Charlie puts it. Here's my logic. You give me Diet Dr. Pepper when I ask for a green tea. I will remember it. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Hang on, I gotta send one more text. Sorry. I wish I could double text, but I can't talk and text at even the same time. Here we go. Okay. Apologies. That's it. We're done. All right. Done texting. I will never like the Cowboys, and I'm from Texas. Julian, you're my new favorite person. Yes. Down with the Cowboys. I love it. I love it. I will not stand for this. What is that? Is that a goat? Oh my god. I will not stand for this goat slander. Tom Brady is not the GOAT. You can't be the GOAT and not shake somebody's hand after you lost at the Super Bowl. Sorry, that's not GOAT. behavior. And also, I was ranting about this to Tom. Was this yesterday? Yes, this was also yesterday. It came out that Tom Brady's retiring, and then he later released a statement following up saying, oh no, I haven't even said anything yet to my team. I don't know why people are thinking about that. Wink, 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 wink. As if he didn't. He's such a brat. He's so egocentric. I don't even know Tom Brady. I speak with such disdain towards him as if I know him in real life and he did something to slight me. I don't. And he seems like he is maybe a great guy, but I think he has a huge ego, and I am convinced he planted that. He's so pissed that he didn't make it to the Super Bowl, and he is towards the end of his career, so he's probably so salty, thinking that he had a good season. He probably thought he was gonna go all the way, and didn't. He couldn't even go a week without keeping the attention on himself. So he definitely planted that, or leaked it somewhere to the press, or somewhere anonymously, that he was retiring just so that the story could stay on him. I swear to God, this is all of his maneuvering. This is him, all behind the scenes, making all this work. I'm serious. Like, he can't stand not being in the Super Bowl, so he has to somehow keep the spotlight on him and his career. He planted it. I swear, so that he would be trending, because it was all over the news. It was all over the news. It was trending everywhere. Tom Brady's retiring. He can't stand not being in the spotlight. All right, I'm really sorry. I don't even know why I'm apologizing. Tom Brady's never gonna see this. I just don't want you guys to think that I'm like a bad person. I just can't stand Tom Brady. And I know I'm not in the minority with that one. I think a lot of people don't like Tom Brady because he's defeated all of our teams. He is good, yes. Even if Tom Brady were to join the Eagles, though, tomorrow, I still don't think I'd ever be able to get himself to root for him. That's my point. Like, Cat being petty about Tom Brady. Being petty, love it. I'm sorry. This is why I love my member-only streams, because you guys see my real dark side. Eagles did not belong there. Yeah, exactly. Brady is a big baby. Oh, exactly. Sorry. This is priceless. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't. He's the greatest football player of all time. Of course there's an ego. Yeah, I know, but he clearly just needs to remain the center of attention. He says that all the time when he loses. Julian, yes! Backing me up! He cannot stand losing. I'm sorry. I'm also screaming. The mic is probably like, slow down. Same with Ronaldo and Messi. They can be as egotistical as they want. They're the greatest footballers in history. They've earned that right. Yeah, but I think Ronaldo is a very respectful person. He'll go up and like shake his opposing teammates. Like, he'll shake the hand of the opposing team. Like, I feel like he still has decorum about him versus stomping off the field like a child, because he still knows that at the end of the day he's the GOAT, versus Tom Brady can't stand not being the GOAT, and he'll just walk away like a toddler throwing a tantrum. All right, I'm gonna move on and address T-Money's very generous question here. How have auditions been going? They've been great. I've got a couple auditions so far this year. It's been fun, having a good time, and it's definitely good because good that I do other things, like YouTube keeps me going, and drawing and artwork. So it's like, if I were just out here auditioning, I would be really stressed, because it's really hard to get auditions and it's a really competitive industry. So I need this other stuff to keep me like going on a daily basis. So I'm grateful for the YouTube channel and streaming with you guys and having other things to like take my mind off of it, because 99.99% of the time you send out an audition and then you never hear back, which in a way, feels like rejection, but I haven't felt that way. I just feel like I'm lucky to have auditions, and I have other stuff that I'm passionate about to keep a good balance in my life. So it's been fun. I have heard he was a crybaby years ago. I've been out of football for a long time. All right, so I'm not just the only one out here spewing hate about Tom Brady. I'm glad. I'm glad. And that's coming from Charlie too. If Charlie, who never says a bad thing about anybody, can call Tom Brady a baby, then I believe it. Kevin makes an interesting point. This is like how I think. LeBron James is very good and is on my favorite basketball team, but I don't like the guy still. Interesting. Even if you've achieved the highest level in your profession, it doesn't give you an excuse for being a jerk. Yes. My mom, I know she could go on all day about Tom Brady. Is it so much to ask for a good game after anything? LOL. Weekly sports debate show? I know, that's what this is turning into. I think Tom would be happy if Brady joined the Cowboys, but I would still want them to lose every game. I guess I'm petty. I'm just not a Cowboy fan. No, I don't know how Tom would feel actually about that because he loves Dak Prescott too much. I don't know. Thank you, Aiden. You're going to be a great actress. I hope. That's the goal. But honestly, even if YouTube were to... I'm still far away from this point, but if my YouTube were to get to a point that I could make a living off of that and didn't have to do anything else, like that's also a huge goal of mine, and I feel hopeful about that. Like I previously felt very like, you know, stressed trying to be a Star Wars YouTuber because of the droughts and because it's like, you know, my channel could flop any day because Star Wars could just give out any day and they could announce at any point we're not making Star Wars content anymore. And there's also just droughts in general. So there are like months at a time where there's no Star Wars content to even talk about. But I feel really hopeful. Like we have so much in the pipeline. This year in general though, for nerds, it's gonna be so great. Like I have a busy year ahead for the channel with the Batman, you know, Bad Batch, Andor, Kenobi. I literally need a Kenobi trailer to drop. Like that is... I just need that. I need that. Kenobi, Mando season 3, whenever that's gonna happen. And then, you know, Ahsoka, Acolyte. Like there's a lot in the pipeline. The new Jedi Fallen Order. I know it's not going to be titled that, but the new Jedi whatever game. Like, I'm really hopeful about like the channel. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Like, so much is happening. Moon Knight. Maybe I don't even literally know anything about Moon Knight. I had never even heard of him. I'm a casual Marvel fan. I will definitely consider myself that. But I like it enough that I would, you know, I've watched the shows. I haven't like done reviews on them, but maybe I would do something for Moon Knight. Who knows? Who knows? Especially because Oscar Isaac is in it, so. I also wanted to ask if I can also buy your art because of shipping, you know? Yes. So, first off, Colin, that's so sweet of you. And yes, so shipping, we do ship internationally. Unfortunately, though, it costs like $40 just to ship. But I do know, like, we sent, I think somebody from France actually like bought a print a couple months ago. So that I know that we can do it, but unfortunately, it's just really expensive to ship over there. I hate it. I wish I could control it, but unfortunately I think it cost them like $60 total. The prints themselves were like 25 or whatever, and they paid like $60, which I felt so bad. But unfortunately that's how it is. I don't know. I don't know if we have on there, I forget how we laid it out, if we can like add, I don't know. Tom knows more than I do about what countries we have on there that we can ship to, or if we can manually add different countries or something. I don't even know how any of that works. It's all Tom is the whiz when it comes to all my website and shipping stuff, because I absolutely can't stand that, and he's smarter than me, so he takes care of a lot of that. So yeah, I wish I had a better answer. Unfortunately, it's just really expensive. Pretty sure Germany is one of the shipping locations we've set up on the website. Okay, good. All right. Yes. Tom's right. Like, we picked certain ones. It's like $30 to ship there. Okay. I don't know what that translates to. Do you guys use euros in Germany? No. I'm not sure. But yeah, sorry. I wish it was cheaper. It's so horrible that it costs that much to ship overseas. Star Wars will still be around no matter what. I feel really confident about that, Julian. I agree. And Tom and I actually had a really upsetting thought the other day. We were eating dinner, and I think it kind of hit me. No, because we were watching Theory's stream, and he and Josh were talking about, like, you know, Star Wars content long after we're gone, or something like that. And the thought hit me. I was like, if, you know, I can't sit, like, Disney's gonna go on forever. Whatever they're gonna do to make money, they're gonna do it. So it's like, Star Wars isn't, unless one day they were to decide, you know, like, there are more profitable IPs or there's more profitable franchises, so they are just permanently gonna retire Star Wars and never make content again. I can't foresee that they would ever stop making content. And the thought hit me. I was like, I looked at Tom, I was like, you know, whenever we pass away one day, there's gonna be Star Wars content that we're not gonna see. I was like, there's gonna be Star Wars content out that we're never gonna be able to watch because they're just gonna keep making it forever and we're gonna be dead. That's such a morbid thought, but it was the first time it hit me. I was like, I'm not even gonna live long enough probably to see, like, all of the Star Wars content that there will ever be. Again, I feel like I'm trying to imagine myself being 90 years old and Disney Plus is still making original Star Wars shows. Like, by that point, that's a lot of world building. I don't know. That maybe could be a stretch, but it hit me and I was like, I'm so jealous that there's gonna be Star Wars that I won't watch. I'm sorry, that's a really sad thought. Let's talk about something else. Star Wars is pretty much immortal. It will outlive all of us. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry. That took a turn. Let's talk about something else. Oh, Charlie, you're so sweet. Spoilers, Colin, you won't be disappointed. Her art is amazing is an understatement. Stop, you're too kind, Charlie. I didn't know about Moon Knight either, but I read up on the character and he seems very interesting. Show should be good. I watched the trailer. Well, first, Tom and I watched the trailer. It came out during one of the playoff games, right? But we were like talking, or we had the TV down low, so like the first time I saw the trailer, I didn't even hear like any of the audio. So I was just like, what is going on? And then I rewatched it with like proper sound so I could actually hear what was happening, and I was like, whoa. My only thing, and again, whoever actually knows about Moon Knight, please chime in and correct me if I'm wrong. From what I got from that trailer, the main character suffers from sleep. Is it a sleep disorder? It's like a sleep disorder, yeah? But also, does he have like a personality disorder? Like, alright, maybe I should confirm this. Again, I don't know. I literally don't know about the character Moon Knight. But he like has different personalities, correct? What does he have? Dissociative identity disorder. That's what it is. He had a traumatic childhood experience along with his mind getting fractured. What? Okay, I need to actually probably do some backstory on that. But yeah, but that's what I gathered from the trailer. And so my only hope is that, because is Moon Knight like an anti-hero? I don't even know. Like it didn't show much of him as Moon Knight in the trailer. But then there's just a clip of him like beating a guy up completely. So my hope is that it doesn't paint. is that they just handle mental illness with care. That's all I want. That's all I'm gonna say. And correct me, like, if you've read, like, the actual comics or, like, know more about the character, like, does that seem to be the case? Like, they don't do it in an unsavory way where it makes it look like he, like, look at this crazy dude who's got dissociative personality disorder and now he's, like, a villain or whatever. I don't even know what Moon Knight is. Is he an anti-hero? Like, what? Who is Moon Knight? I have to do so much brushing up. Powers. Oh. So I guess his name is also Spectre. Supernatural powers such as enhanced strength during nights with full moons. That makes sense. Prophetic visions and dreams, and the ability to drain another person's life energies through physical contact? What? Okay, that doesn't sound very good. That doesn't sound good. What god does Moon Knight serve? Oh my god. Okay, I have a lot of work to do. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just hope that the show doesn't paint mental illness in a bad light. Because that's a slippery slope. I don't know. I'm super excited for Moon Knight. Yeah, no, I clearly need to learn more about it. He has multiple personality disorder, yes. Yes, I know nothing about him either. Marvel, I'm okay for knowledge, but I'm more DC Comics, guys. And yes, the power of the moon comes into play with him, which is pretty cool. That's actually really interesting. That's kind of, very, like, Avatar-esque. Like, the Fire Nation gets their powers from the sun. The Water Tribe gets theirs from the moon. Stuff like that. That's pretty neat. I dig that. I think about that new Star Wars movies after we are long gone. That gets to me a lot, okay? I'm glad I'm not the only one, but that thought literally hit me just the other day. I've never even considered that. And then it had me thinking, like, there's just gonna be a lot of great film and TV that I'm never gonna see after I'm gone. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, Joshua, you're so kind. I have 3 of her pieces. I think they are great. Yeah, some of you have such awesome collections and you've sent me pictures and it literally makes me, like, cry. I appreciate it. I saw the arts and I love them all and I really like the Annie and Fader one. So I just thought to buy one of those. Oh, well, you literally do not have to buy anything. And again, I know that it is not cheap to ship internationally. If I had any power, I would make it cheaper, but it's unfortunately I can't control that. So I apologize that it is quite a bit for you, unfortunately, Colin. And all of my, I feel bad. I don't even know if we ship to, I don't even want to know how much it would be to ship to, like, Australia. Oh gosh. That's probably a lot. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. But yeah, that's the end of my Moon Knight rant. But moral of the story, there's a lot of good content coming out this year, so I'm really excited for the channel. And now that I've finally figured out how to do reactions, but here's what I'm torn about. Because when Kenobi comes out, Tom and I are both the same. Like, we need silence. We need silence. We need it to be pitch black. We need absolutely no distractions. We don't want anyone to talk. Like, we need it to be absolutely locked down and quiet, especially for Kenobi. We're a little more chill when it comes to Book of Boba Fett. Like, we'll watch that while we're eating dinner sometimes, but, like, it's different. With Kenobi, it's gonna be darkness, silence, nothing. So I'm concerned because I've been doing my Book of Boba Fett reactions in my studio setup, but it just stinks because I watch it, you know, for the first time on my computer versus on our bigger TV, which is fine by me, like, especially for Book of Boba Fett, I don't mind. But with Kenobi, I'm gonna want to watch, like, on the big TV, on the big screen, in a dark room for the first time. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna be able to film my reactions for that, because I don't want to have, it's so distracting. Like, I did this for Bad Batch, like being in a dark room and having my ring light just like in my peripherals just so my face is lit. But even then, like, my video quality is still horrible. Like, I don't know what to do about filming Kenobi reactions, but I know that I need to film them, so I've got to get it figured out before then. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh yes, Avatar. Thanks for getting me hooked again on Avatar. And another one is Dune. So if you have read any books, where do I start? Oh yes. So the first Dune book, I have it over there. You would want to start with that one. It's literally just called Dune. And then the second one is Dune Messiah, which I also recommend reading, is really good. Then if you wanted to stop, you could probably stop after Messiah. But then the third is Children of Dune, which was like, whoa, I was glad I read that one. So I bought God Emperor of Dune, which is the fourth one. There's 6 in total, but I think you could definitely probably stop after like Dune Messiah if you didn't want to read all of them. But yes, first one, just straight Dune. I definitely recommend. It was so good. And I have not read a book for leisure in so long until that, so it was a good time. How much are art commissions? I'd love to see you do a Padme piece. I would love to do a Padme piece. Commissions definitely vary depending on what you want. I will say though, I'm really backed up on commissions. I have a piece, guys. I almost want to kind of show it to you as a little tease. I will show it to you guys as a little tease. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Okay, this might be hard to show. But it's, I don't even know if it's going to show up. A little bit. No, this is from the same guy who commissioned the Darth Maul, Asajj Ventress piece, and he's so creative. So he had this idea. He loves Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. So he wanted like a mashup of like, this is a character from like the God of War video game. I'm like so confused because everything's flipped. No, Shadow of Mordor, not God of War. And he wants like a hybrid piece of like all of these Lord of the Rings characters, and he's gonna be at the table with like Mace Windu, and he's with a Twi'lek. Mace Windu's gonna be with a she-elf, and then they're in like Jabba's palace, like having a drink. And so I'm gonna put like Max Rebo in the background, a Gamorrean, like Smeagol. It's taking me so long. So this is why I'm a little bit backed up on commissions right now. I have that one, and then I have X-Wings piece if you're watching, and I have Obsessions piece. So I unfortunately have a lot in the pipeline at the moment. I'm probably gonna make like a post announcement though, when all those are finished. I think I'll probably make like a post or something on Instagram saying like I'm open for commissions, and then maybe I'll take like 2 or 3 because that seems to be like all that I can handle at a time. And it's hard because I balance the commissions with YouTube and acting, and I take a lot of hours of like acting classes throughout the week. So it's like that's why it takes me so long with my art pieces are spread out like months at a time. So, but I'll let you know. I'll probably make a little announcement when all of them are finished and open it up to some new commissions. Whoa, Josh at Den of Nerds has said that Moon Knight will team up with Blade, Punisher, Black Knight, etc. in some sort of anti-hero team. Now that seems cool. Whoa, can't wait for the new Willy Wonka movie. I hope it's good. I know, I'm very curious to see Timothée Chalamet in that type of role, because I feel like that's if you watch him like his roles and then watch his like interviews, he's so different from all the characters that he's played, I've only seen him in like the King on Netflix, Lady Bird, Dune. I know I'm forgetting one. Oh, Call Me by Your Name. Like, I've seen him in a lot of like serious roles. And when you just watch his interviews in real life, he's so just like goofy. He's so funny and awkward. And so I'm excited to see that, because I feel like Willy Wonka is the most like his actual personality based on his just like behavior. So yes, Max Rebo. I know. After Book of Boba Fett, I was like, I have to put Max Rebo in here. That's gonna be quite an interesting piece. Yeah, he's a very creative, the guy who commissioned that. He has a lot of cool ideas. So I'm excited about that one, but it definitely is just gonna take me a while. I'm gonna try to swoop in on the next open round of commissions. Yeah, you guys get first dibs. I'm letting you know now, you're getting the first sneak preview. Oh, my daughter has painted me Star Wars paintings every year since she was 12. She's amazing at it. Oh my gosh. If you wouldn't mind, send me an email of some of the stuff that she's done. I would love to see that. That's so awesome. Oh, and also the movie Don't Look Up on Netflix. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. I kind of want to try to get Tom to watch it too, but I don't think he has any interest. I don't know. I've heard that movie is definitely a trip, so I'll have to see. But I think we might wrap it up here, folks. The time kind of flew. I was only gonna go for an hour today, but this was so much fun. I seriously missed these member-only streams so much. Honestly, maybe I know that I originally proposed this as being a once-a-month thing, but honestly, whenever the spirit moves me, let's just do this, because I really enjoyed this. It's really fun for me to be able to like actually talk unfiltered, and just it's more chill, and I get to like hear about your guys' lives and what you guys are up to, and feel like we all just bond a little bit more. So I don't want to wait like a whole another month to do one of these. So maybe I'll schedule in more of these per month, because it's just so much fun. I love it. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for sticking around. The time literally flew by. That's how much fun this was. It's already been like almost 2 hours. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Thank you for letting me go on all of my rants. Yeah, welcome to the members only streams, where it's literally just me going on tangent after tangent after tangent, but that's the way we roll here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. So yeah, the stream will still be available via the unlisted link that will be on our community page, so you can come back to it whenever you want. And I trust, you know, like, if you're able to, I think you can watch the live chat again. I think I set it up for live chat replay, so I would love it if we did these once a week. Yeah, I wish, maybe I'll let you know how the TV Garden project goes later. Yes, please do. This was fun. Next one, the live stream with fanboys. Oh my god, yeah, we gotta schedule one of those. We gotta do that. All right, stay tuned for our next members only stream and our members only fanboys watch party together. That would be so much fun. I would love to do that. All right, I'm gonna go, because you guys know, you know me well. I can blabber on forever because I hate saying goodbye and I'm terrible at it, so I'm just gonna rush and get it over with. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Go Rams! Sorry all you 49ers fans. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead of you. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you all this week for Book of Boba Fett episode 6. I am hype. Stay tuned for Dork Discourse as well with Tom, and of course reaction and review. And until then, I hope you all take care and have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I know it's different times for all of us. And may the force be with you guys always. Alrighty. See you guys again soon.